Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda.
The Beginner's Guide is an incredibly dense 90-minute game. It begins innocently. Davey wants us to get to know his friend Coda through his games. Davey's is the only voice we hear as he narrates our journey through Coda's creations. First game we see is a simple Counter-Strike map mod, but Davey assures us that through small details, such as the red floating boxes, we can start to understand Coda.
And instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person.
Davey tries to use Coda's games as a window into his soul, making assumptions about his character. As we play, Davey talks about his relationship with Coda, from meeting him up until the present day, and he leaves the impression that he only ever tried to know Coda through his games.
That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work.
Coda's games become darker. There are several in a row that are all variations of a prison cell with no escape. They turn into explorations of isolation and the struggle of creating art. There's another remarkable part where the player argues with an engine, a metaphor for the engine driving Coda's inspiration for the games. Should creation cause us pain? Where do we search for inspiration? Coda's games ask these questions of us, and we're never provided a clear answer. It's never made clear if Coda is a real person, if the events that Davey narrates really took place, but it left me with a deep, unsettling feeling. Davey is struggling with deep self-loathing and finds release through the validation of Coda's work and by trying to fix Coda's seeming isolation instead of his own self-loathing.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be?
Beginner's Guide isn't brilliant for providing answers, but rather for allowing those that choose to experience it a place to think about the struggle of self-loathing and acceptance, the difficulties of creation, and how we find satisfaction in our lives. The Beginner's Guide is one of my top 5 games of 2015.
Hello friends! If you enjoyed this Game of the Year video, be sure to subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, consider sharing this video with your friends, liking and commenting. Stay tuned to the rest of the top 5 Game of the Year reveals and Games with Friends overall 2015 Game of the Year. Let me know your thoughts on the Games of the Year in the comments section down below. If you want to find me on Twitter, it's TotallyKyle95, and you can like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GamesWithFriendsVids. See you around, friends!